Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Kev. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that I honestly believe can level up your musicianship more than just about anything else, especially if you're primarily a guitarist or a producer like me, and that is learning how to play bass. Not just owning a bass or getting by on bass. I'm talking about actually understanding the instrument and thinking like a true bass player. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down why this skill is so important, how it changes the way you write and produce, and a few basic steps toward developing authentic bass instincts. Plus, I'll be walking through what to look for when buying a bass, the one bass I think everyone should own if they can only have one, and finally, I'll be providing a short list of legendary session players to study. Let's go ahead and jump in. Quick little bit of housekeeping before we dive more into bass playing. If you are a guitarist, bassist, producer, or a musician of any kind, make sure to subscribe to the channel below and ring the bell so you're notified the next time we drop a video. It really helps support the channel, keeps me doing what I'm doing, and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. So first, why is learning bass such a big deal for guitarists and producers anyway? Because bass is the glue between rhythm and harmony. It's the thing that connects the drums to the rest of the band. And when you first start playing bass, even just a little bit, it changes how you hear groove, how you hear harmony, and how you put musical parts together. If you write songs, your writing gets tighter. If you produce, your arrangements get cleaner and your mixes get clearer. If you're a guitarist, you stop overplaying because you finally understand what the low end is actually doing. Truly learning bass eliminates what I call guitarist on bass syndrome, where you're playing way too many notes, you're not locking into the kick drum, and you're thinking like a guitarist instead of thinking like a bass player. This leads right into a deeper concept, and that is the musical role of the bass. The bass is primarily a support instrument. It's not there to show off. Its job is to hold down the groove, define the harmony, anchor the band, and keep everything feeling stable. A great bass line can even be felt more than it's heard. It can be this force unperceived by the average listener that inexplicably makes the whole track come to life. And one of the biggest mindset shifts we guitarists need is this. You're listening to the drummer first, not the guitar parts. Bass outlines the chords, roots, fifths, approach tones, and connecting tones. Bass creates movement between sections, and maybe most importantly, bass creates space. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is repeat an idea and just let it sit in the pocket. So let's talk physically about playing the instrument and then mentally about thinking like a bassist. First, technique. For the right hand, most players use fingerstyle, but you can also totally use a pick. And the key is a nice, consistent attack. Explore plucking on different parts of the string. Closer to the neck will give you a fatter, warmer tone, while closer to the bridge will give you more bite. For the left hand, keep things economical and clean. Bass rewards control, not flash. Guitarists also tend to use their ring finger when fretting a whole step across all registers, whereas at least in the lower positions, bassists tend to use their pinky. And don't ignore articulation. Slides, hammer-ons, dead notes, and muting, these little touches can bring a bass line to life. Now the mindset. Bass is not about shredding, it's about serving the song. And first and foremost, you're locking in with the drums, particularly the kick drum pattern. You're creating groove first and harmony second. So when you're creating a bass line, start with the root, add fifths, and then add passing tones. And always make sure you're thinking about the rhythm. If you want to get better at bass fast, here are a few simple steps. Listen to isolated bass tracks. You'll instantly hear how much space, tone, and intention go into real bass playing. Practice with drum loops, not guitar parts. This will teach you how to feel groove and not just follow chords. Learn classic bass lines note for note. You'll absorb vocabulary without even realizing it. Record yourself. Seriously, you'll realize immediately if you're rushing, dragging, or overplaying. Limit yourself. Write a bass line using only roots and fifths. Then add passing tones, then add rhythmic variation. Restrictions force creativity. Now let's talk gear for a second. If you can only own one bass and you want something that'll work for almost any recording situation, any gig, any genre, get a P-Bass. The Fender Precision Bass is the industry standard. It's been used on countless hit records across rock, pop, R&B, punk, Motown, you name it. Producers and engineers love it because it just sits perfectly in a mix. It's simple, it's reliable, it's versatile. You just plug it in and it works. There's a reason that after 74 years since its release, session players still reach for a P-Bass in 2025. If you're shopping for a bass, here's what matters: neck comfort. Just like guitars, P-Basses come with a variety of different neck profiles, so make sure to try a few to figure out which one feels most comfortable to you. Good fretwork and intonation. This makes playing way easier. Stable hardware and tuning machines. Even pickup response across all strings, although a good setup can play a role in that as well. The weight of your bass. A lighter bass is a little bit easier on the shoulders during a long session, but weight does impact the tone, and tone is subjective. Generally, heavier basses have more sustain and provide a warmer, more compressed sound, while lighter basses tend to have a more resonant, bright, and airy tone. And finally, think about strings. Flat wounds versus round wounds make a huge difference in tone. Personally, I've got round wounds on my bass. To really internalize great bass instincts, you should listen to the legends. Here are a few names to start with. James Jamerson, the Motown Foundation. Pino Palladino, modern, soulful, and unbelievably tasteful. Carol Kay, the Wrecking Crew queen, precise, and master of pick playing. Paul McCartney, incredibly melodic bass lines. Jaco Pastorius, if you want to understand fretless and expression. Duck Dunn, deep pockets, Stax Records vibe. And Nathan East for studio perfection and versatility. Pick a few songs from each of these players and really listen to what the bass is doing. Your ears will change immediately. If you're a guitarist or a producer, adding bass to your skill set is honestly one of the best investments you can make. It makes your songwriting better, your arrangements stronger, your mixes cleaner, and your musical instincts way more mature. Even if you're just playing on a cheap beginner bass, it'll change the way you hear music. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to leave a comment letting us all know which bass player you're planning to check out next. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.